Nigga slept on a park bench.
Yeah, he slept on a park bench because he couldn't go live in a hotel or nothing because all the hotels was owned by white people. You
Now,
know, so
now, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if I can understand this. So, you telling me, you telling me, you trying to tell me that Killer Mike
yeah,
in Atlanta could not go black, just buy black,
yeah,
purchase black for a whole day in Atlanta,
for a whole
where
day.
where where
And
over in Atlanta where over 50% of businesses is owned and operated by minorities.
yeah, that's not. Yeah, but bro, you gotta look at it, bro. It sounds good for the numbers you about to tell off, but
No, don't get it wrong. I know you got Puerto Ricans, you got Mexicans, you got Asians. I know that. But what I'm saying is the fact that it's minority owned. That means over 50% minority owned. I'm gonna go ahead and say 30% of that might be black.
that's
That's
true.
a lot
So
of
you gotta look
businesses.
at just because the store owned by a black person, you know who they get their products from. That's what I was gonna call Ben, because I was gonna ask Ben the same thing. Because Ben, is no way that he can function if he just got his goods from just a nigga. Like how you can do it?
You can't because for one, we have no lines. Blacks in America, we have no lines on distribution. We have no links to
Exactly,
other
and that was
countries.
his point.
Yeah, we have no links to other countries where we get food, groceries, nothing nutritional, nothing. Man, hell, we ain't even got links to other countries for illegal substances. We ain't got links to other countries for nothing because we don't know the countries we come from for one. You know what I'm saying? We've been robbed of our lineage and our heritage. So, yeah, we definitely can't do that. So, of course, now you need alliances. And that goes back to what you're saying. Now you can't be spending black.
Yeah, and that was his issue on the show. Like it was like he found all these stores, like the black grocery stores, the black this and black that, but the people that was supplying the stuff wasn't black, so he couldn't fuck with none of it. There you go. You know what you gonna do?
That's
You
crazy.
ain't no shit. Yeah, and that was the point, like the point of the episode. But then he found like this actual lady that she grew her own food, so he wound up finding the way to eat because she had an actual farm.
Uh-huh.
You know,
So
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 he
so it's
wound
kind of
up
like
finding
a
a way to
farm
eat.
like a farmers market kind of thing going on. So he had to
Yeah,
actually.
no, this lady actually had like her own farm.
Oh, so he had to buy his food from
Yeah,
directly from
yeah,
a farmer.
he ate at her house.
God damn.
Cause she had everything there at her house. Everything she grew and everything was there at her house.
That's extremely limited. Cause like,
Yeah,
what a whole city gonna do?
yeah, you can't do nothing with that.
You talking about one city,
The whole
like,
city, but
let alone a whole
I'm saying
nation.
like this. No, that's a fact. But then you talking about work. You talking about he was able to find a person in Atlanta. But imagine city where black population is 8%, and it's like Seattle, where they ain't no niggas that got none of that. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you go somewhere like Seattle or some of them spots, even some of them cities up in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Where blacks ain't the predominant power. What the niggas in Nut, when you was telling me back when you was traveling, when you was up there with the fracking and all that, right? When you was in Montana that time, when I was in the
Yeah,
joint,
I was in North Dakota. Yeah,
yeah,
like nigga, it ain't no niggas.
ain't
I
no
was just talking to Ben about that the other day. I told Ben, man, it ain't no niggas like we was talking about we was talking about fucking I think Oregon. I think I'm not Oregon. Was I talking to him about?
uh-huh.
Not Oregon. But shit, yeah, it was Oregon, Portland. Well, I was telling him, he was like, I was like, oh, it ain't no niggas in Oregon. No, I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's a little bit of black people, but it's not more than 50,000 black people.
Like I think it was like Montana or something you went through, and you was there for like a day or two. And I remember talking to you right on a cell phone when I was in prison, and I remember talking to you. You like, man, like I was in the mall. You're telling me how you was in the mall, and it was one black girl with two white girls, And like you was the only nigga in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's the only
Yeah,
black
shit,
guy in
you,
the
and then
building.
you be looking around, nigga. I was in fucking Wyoming. Like, nigga, ain't no niggas in Wyoming, man. You know,
What about when you was in Oklahoma?
Cheyenne actually had niggas though.
What about when you was in
Oklahoma
Oklahoma?
wasn't that bad.
Oklahoma wasn't that
You still
bad.
got Tulsa.
Oh yeah, you got Tulsa. Yeah, you got Tulsa. Yeah.
Yeah. So Oklahoma wasn't that bad.
You know, you said that it's weird, right? But you gotta look at it like this, right? When I go to Seattle, because Seattle got population, I think it's like King County, Washington, which is Seattle, is actually named after Martin Luther King, which is crazy. But King County, Washington, they got the same population as Dade County, like 2 point something million people, right? But we got like 400,000 black people in Miami, and like 500,000 in Broward, and like another 300 some thousand in Palm Beach. So together, South Florida got over 1 million niggas. But you go to Seattle, King County got 40,000 black people, right? But
God
they don't have no black community, so
That's like
the niggas live spread out. So how you just said that it's crazy, like you say you go to the mall, and it was crazy like that, but bro, you gotta think, them people are used to that shit. They used to being the only black person everywhere they go. They used to being the only black kid in their school. They used to being the only black family on their block. So to us, it's foreign because we don't grew up in it. Especially before the city was all Spanish, like Spanish people. We grew up in neighborhoods that was like in schools that was like 80 and 90%, 98% black. Where it was just us. But other places, they don't have that luxury. They're not even used to that shit.
Exactly. Exactly. I was talking to my girlfriend about that. I asked my girlfriend what grade she was in when she saw her first black teacher, dog. Like something like that.
damn.
Could you imagine that? Yeah.
Damn.
She said they had one, and she was a substitute. Dude.
That's crazy.
Damn. So but hey, let's not forget, right, that blacks only like 9 to 12% of the United States population.
It's 12, and it's
13?
13, and it's 43 million black people in America.
Yo, I don't know, right, but 43 million people, black people in America. Out of that 43 million, it's about 1 million of those incarcerated, right? You know what I'm saying? So that brings you to 42. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say.
Hold on, wait, let me throw this in there. 58% of the black population live in the Southern United
Yeah,
States.
I'm going there. So now out of that 42 million you left with, you got about maybe I'm gonna be modest with this and say maybe you got another 1.5 million that's homeless and suffering from drug addiction, right? You know what I'm saying? So maybe more. I'm being kind of modest with that. You got whole cities that look like thriller videos. So you know.
Baltimore, Maryland, black, 80% black, and that shit got 40,000 junkies.
Yeah, so you know I'm being modest with them numbers. After
motherfucking Mississippi probably got one of the highest populations of black, and that shit red, man. Like, you know,
per capita. Per capita.
Yeah, nigga, check it out.
Damn.
Check it out. They probably got the most fucking black people, though. Like percentage wise living there. I think them they're like Louisiana or something.
No, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I think it's like them, and then it's like Louisiana. They got like the most like dog. You don't hear shit coming out of them.
And now like he say, right, the vast majority of that is in, you know, big cities and inner cities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got what? Chicago, LA, New York, you know, like Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Birmingham, you know, big cities. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got Jacksonville, Miami, you know, those cities have, you know, all the blacks. Little Rock, you know, it's all big cities. So how the blacks that stand, the handful of black guys stand in the middle of Iowa, you know what I'm saying? How they, you know, how would they go about supporting that movement of not spending a dollar?
They can't, dog. You can't.
For one day you can. It's like a fast. For one day you can.
Just because you know what I mean, understand some of that, dog. Some of these, like, I was talking to this cracker yesterday. He lived in Idaho. Right? The cracker told me he grew up, he was like, he don't even understand, Like, he was like, nigga, we tell the police what to do. He was like, nigga, nobody was scared of the police.
Yeah, they can't even fact. Hey, Nut, I had this conversation with a white dude, and he ain't had to tell me that. I don't know, and I ain't been nowhere. I just kind of knew that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it came from, but I just kind of knew that. And it was around the time when the Mike Brown thing happened, right? And there was a white guy, you know, two white guys, and it was me. We all up under the TV, and they criminals like me. So I couldn't understand at first why they would be defending the police, because all us in prison wearing blue. But, you know, I realized having that conversation with them that, you know, they identify with the police. White people in this country feel that the police is there to protect and serve.
How many times you done been riding down the street?
No. Hold up. But
They look like all some crackers.
yeah, they look like police. They identify with them. And I told him, hold up, it go deeper than that. Like I was telling her, I was like, man, I say, let me tell you something. I've been a black boy. You've never been a black boy. He was like, yeah, but you from Miami. You not from St. Louis. I was like, that's true. But I told him I never been to St. Louis, but I'm willing to bet that there are some similarities in every inner city in the country. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that I know white people identify with this country, and black people feel like foreigners in this country, even if we was born here. And I was telling them, I said, y'all grow up wanting to be soldiers, you know, wanting to be police officers, stuff like that. I was like, man, you ain't got many black boys. I'm like, you got a few. You ain't got many young black men that aspire at 5 years old to be in the army. At 5 years old. Like you that I said, man.
Parents was telling us, man, that's no place for a black man.
Anyway, hey, not only that, you wanna know what's funny? Everybody done seen this in the hood too, right? I told the white dude this, it blew his mind. I said, man, you wanna make a little black boy scared? You wanna make him cry? I said, tell a black 4-year-old you gonna call the police. Watch how this nigga go into a panic. I'm like, now where does that come from?
To piggyback what you're saying though, right? I don't know if y'all seen this on YouTube. It's a dude, he played in the NFL, he was a part of the Pat McAfee, and then the linebacker A.J. Hawk, who used to play for the Packers. Right?
Yeah. That nigga dead, ain't he?
No, Pat McAfee not dead.
Okay.
M.U.S.C.L.E. They got a little podcast and they do on YouTube, like a little radio show. And long story short, they were talking about the George Floyd thing, and they were saying that the best thing that ever happened to them was playing football, because like they said, bro, McAfee from Pennsylvania, and A.J. Hawk from a small country town in Ohio, and they were saying that they ain't grew up without one black person, so they ain't know nothing about black people. They said they playing football, being in the locker room. He said, bro, I had lots of roommates from Compton, South Florida, all these different places. He said, bro, it changed my perspective on black people, because he said growing up, you get a crime, and you associate people whoever, oh, he sold drugs, so he just did that in the third. But he said, bro, I had teammates in college that had to sell drugs just to have food. And he said, I've seen that some of these dudes when I'm making it, it's the first time anybody in their family ever had money. Like, you know, we ain't growing rich, but we've seen people in our family with money before. So they were saying that that's would be the biggest thing with most white Americans. They, like, think about it, Americans 72% white. So the ones that don't grow up around us, they have no idea, they have no clue about shit that's going on. So they'll never understand this shit unless they was in a locker room environment with a bunch of black people or understood like anything about black culture. Because if not, they just gonna go off what they hear.
That's true.
They gonna go off the crime. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
The cracker that I was talking to from Idaho yesterday, what he said to me was kind of like what you're saying. This cracker told me he grew up in the town. He said it was one black family. He was like that. He was like, and this black guy, that he was cool because he was like, he had all the keys. He was a janitor. So, but subconsciously, the cracker don't even realize what he's telling me. Like, he's telling me that the only black person that he ever knew was their servant. Right?
Was a servant, yeah.
He's their servant. So when they go somewhere, they was like, oh, that's buddy right there that clean up our business. They ain't never ran into niggas like these niggas in Atlanta that don't give a fuck about crackers, man. They don't see crackers. Like, at all. Like, when they see cracker, that's like, nigga, this cracker worked for me. You know? They ain't never been around niggas like that.
Nah, that's true.
They clean up.
That's true. And
you know, so crazy. black person, they've never seen it, a black person that's in a higher position than them and that's winning. They don't really understand that concept. They see niggas in the hood and think that's just what all niggas in the hood.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was telling the same white dude, right? He was like, man, that kid, Mike Brown, I'm talking about. He was like, well, that kid was really big, man, and he's like, man, that guy was scared, and this is that. He goes, man, but I would be scared too. And I said, you know what? That's sad that you say that because I know that we the ones scared. I told him, I said, let me tell you something ain't finna happen. I said, again, you never been a black boy. I said, we taught early to be scared of the police, for one. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I said, let me tell you what we ain't doing. Niggas ain't attacking no police with a gun drawn. I was like, niggas running from them. Like, now, it didn't say he ran, he resisted arrest. Yeah, niggas do that. He gonna run. Like, that what a young black boy gonna do. They run the other way. Ain't no officer putting no gun on no nigga, and then I'm gonna decide to fight him. Nah. I'm sorry.
No, that ain't never happened.
That ain't happening. And you won't understand that if you've never been black.
So you know what happens too, bro? I told you the other day. I done rolled with officers before when I was PSA. I had to, and I used to try to school. It's like, well, sometimes people you can't even tell them shit because in their mind they got it all figured out. They don't even want to hear a motherfucker when a motherfucker trying to tell them that's really black. Bro, the nigga telling me, oh, there's some shit that live in my building. I see him around town all the time. You telling me, oh, them shit, they bad as fuck. They was throwing rocks on fucking shit at the highway trying to get cars. I said, bro, look where they live at, bro. I said, they ride bikes all day. It's crackhead and fucking drug dealers everywhere they turn. The only idea for them is to throw some fucking rock. They don't even understand the concept of what they're doing. They think that they have in front and doing positive by not indulging in this other shit. But you talking about you gonna take a 10-year-old kid to fucking jail. You don't understand what it's like, bro. They don't have that shit. You feel?
Yeah, like, look where they live.
They outside.
Yeah, like, look where they live at.
And the thing is that, even when I see them in the police academy, you gotta understand, some of these times, bro, these motherfuckers grow up and fucking kids through Cooper City, all these places. They couldn't find another out in life, so you decide, well, I want to make $50,000 a year, I'm gonna be a cop. They never been interact, they never were social in their own life, they never had hoes. Now they come into a environment where they trying to get power, and it feel good, and they get somebody finally will listen to them for once. You feel me? They never had power, they scared they own
It's definitely an arrogance. It's definitely an arrogance and a power trip.
Come on, man. They say young nigga tatted up, goes in his mouth. He talking crazy to him. He's scared as fuck. He never been confronted with no type of conflict. He's a pussy. That's just him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a disconnect, man. It's a disconnect, man. And that's why it's black. The voting shit, like, obviously the presidential election is one thing, but when they come out our cities and our little towns and our districts, we got to be more serious about who we vote for.
Hey.
We got to make sure they pushing the agenda that we on.
You know, Keith,
We trying to do.
you know what you were just saying to me about that, right? We had having that conversation the other day. I was just telling somebody this the other day, right? And I was like, man, I said, man, me and my brother was talking about this, and I was like, man, he actually done work close with these officers, right? And I was, and I never asked you this, right? But this is what I'm drawing from the same conversation too, right? I'm saying that, just like you say, the bill on what you were saying about, like, they never even experienced no real conflict. Like, these dudes went to private schools and such. And what I'm thinking is, like, what about the fact that now they giving these motherfuckers guns and training, and these motherfuckers go work out and go to the gun range every day, and they just want some action because they ain't never seen it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And they just want somebody to give them a reason. And everybody know you gonna get away with killing somebody. It's gonna be one of these young niggas. It's gonna be one of these niggas.
Bring up that he did something, That's like when I got pulled over in North Dakota. Same shit, you know what I mean? Like, this cracker came up there to the car, gun ready to be drawn, and they got the wrong person totally. But that whole shit could have went left.
And why you gotta go through that? Because they fucked up and they got the wrong person. So now they gonna treat you like you're the fucking criminal before they even had a conversation with you.
Exactly. I'm sitting outside in these neighborhoods where there ain't no niggas, and they got a car full of niggas pulled over. It's 4 of us in the car. So you know what I mean? We in a car full of niggas. They got 8 cars out here like we really did something. They don't even almost have the right person. I don't even know what these crackers talking about.
Fucking crazy.
Hey, now remember back when you was going to school and the crack in Miami Lakes used to fuck with you every day, pull you over and all that.
Every day. Yeah. Every day. I pulled over every day in the Skywalk every day. But like I said, I don't know what happened. One day, some lady called the wash house. She asked for me at the wash house. I talked to her on the phone. She said, I heard you been getting pulled over a lot. She was like, she gave me her name, and she said, next time you get pulled over, she said, I don't care where you at. She say, call me, and she say, sit in your car till I get there. I never got pulled over again.
But it's sad that it take that.
Yeah, I don't know how she got the number. I don't know who she was. I don't remember who she was now, but I never got pulled over again going on.
Yeah, but it's sad that it took that. Like, I remember Nut used to be so frustrated about that because, like, I remember him talking about it, like, the next day and all that. Like, man, this crack keep pulling me over, and I keep telling him the same name. I ain't got nothing but books in there, man. You can see it. It's clipboards, it's books and CDs in the back seat. Cause that's all the nigga always had in the back seat.
My car was in a robbery, you know.
Yeah, nigga, he got a loud old school with some rims on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's,
nobody got this car.
yeah, it's glass house, and he in Miami Lakes.
These cars in Miami, nigga, like, why the fuck would I go rob somebody in this car?
I'm trying to tell, and it's stupid loud. Hear the pipes a block away.
Yeah, but you see, but what they do though, that's what I'm saying. That's why, as black dudes, we gotta, and now, because I hate this, right? I had folks do this other day on my Snapchat, and everybody fuck with. I was telling people that people have to get that black on black genocide and police brutality on black people 2 different things. We have our own issues, but don't mesh them together because then they're gonna say, oh, well, y'all kill each other all the time, and it's not a problem. But when the police do, it's a problem, bro. That's 2 different arguments.
That's sucker talk. That's sucker talk, man. That's how you. They're trying to excuse it.
Everybody though. Everybody. If the highest rate of fucking white people killed is by white
people, for real.
Rate of black people killed is by
Black people, for real.
It's
Yeah, because that's in psychology. For one, anytime somebody is murdered, the first people you look at is the people that's around them.
Exactly, because 80% of murders are done by a person that knows them. So every race has eternal death, like you know, murder rates. But the thing is, they create this black on black crime bullshit to make us like to dissect our shit and make it look like every time you turn around, a nigga killing a nigga. But in reality, like you just said, in white towns and Hispanic areas, they do the same shit.
Yeah.
They just sit there, you kill
niggas, and most of the time they show up family.
Hey, the MS-13 ain't killed nothing but some Hispanics, man.
The people that you around the most, nigga, they know you every day. They know you. They know everything you do, my nigga. That's why, like, it's like marriage, nigga. Like, nigga, married people fucking hate each other, nigga. They get divorced to keep killing each other, nigga. They hate each other.
That's real though.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting back, man, and you know everybody mad about the looting and all that, right? And like I told you earlier, Key, I'm like, man, hey, if this the price that niggas gotta pay to bring attention to shit, so be it. Because at the end of the day, Trump wrote a book, and this is not to advocate Trump, but Trump wrote a book called The Art of the Comeback before. You could bounce back from a financial loss. You ain't getting no life back. You could rebuild a burnt down business, a dilapidated property. You could do that. You know what I'm saying? With the right amount of insurance money. And I'm pretty sure you could get, you know what I'm saying, if you've been responsible enough in saving your money, you could get back in business and get on track and recoup some of the same customers. You feel me? But you ain't getting that person daddy back, or brother, or cousin, or son, or whatever the fuck he was.
I'm sending out a video. It's like a minute. It's like about them on Johnson. He said the same thing. That he basically said we've been in this country. We had 233 years of unpaid labor. So how the fuck I'm gonna feel bad about them burning down the stove? That you feel me? Like a corporate, a million dollar corporate. I gave no fuck about that.
And what they showing is these kids different, man. They little thing is different. Like Martin Luther King, that was what marching and turning the other cheek, man. These niggas slapping crackers in the face now. It's over.
Yeah.
All that shit is over, my nigga. Like today, I went and did my fingerprints to get my carrier permit.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing but niggas in there. Nothing but niggas.
Hey, you ever heard? Hey man. Hey, it's like you ever heard of Clarence Avant? Hey, here's a black dude, major power broker, in a lot of industries, mainly in the music and movie industries. You know what I'm saying? He's always been the guy behind the guy. You know what I'm saying? But they got a special on him on Netflix called The Black Godfather, right? And he's still alive. And Clarence Avant was just saying, I watched it today, and he said something real. He was like, well, you know, he came in the game in '59 in the industry and all that, you know. And his attorney was also, you know, the big Jews attorney and the mob attorney. It was Al Capone's attorney. I read about the attorney before. His name is Sidney Korshak. He was like America's biggest power broker too. But yeah, so Clarence Avant, you know, he was real close with Clinton, and he was real close with Obama too. But he was like homeboys with Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? That was like his dog. Like they really hung together all the time. But he said something that was real. He was like, well, you know, he came in '59. He was around for it and all. He was like, man, I ain't never marched. It was like, because if I would have, he said, I would have protested or something. He said, I'd be dead right now. He said, because you hit me, I'm hitting you back.
Exactly.
It was like, so, you know.
That's what I was talking to Ben about yesterday. He was the same. Man said he ain't about that life. He was like, nigga, the fucking, the rubber bullets, nigga, them beanbags. He said that shit hurt. Nah, nigga. He was like, the kids doing that thing, but he said they need shooters, my nigga. You know what I mean? And the shooters need to be back.
Yeah, that.
Right. When I told you that, I thought that yesterday, but when I had told you, I brought up and I said I would have went back, but I said I don't really want to be pig ass and fucking shot right there. So that shit don't feel right, bro.
Nah, I ain't got time for that bullshit, man. You know.
Nah, I mean, don't get it wrong. I'm proud of what they doing. I just don't think that's the role for everybody. I mean, I don't think we need a whole country of niggas burning shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Key. You know, and not to digress, but you know, it's like a nigga from L.A. told me one time when I was locked up. He was talking about the gangbangers, and he was like, man, the niggas down here, you know, got it all wrong. He like, man, everybody. He said all these niggas want to run around with flags hanging out the back of their pocket and saying shit and all that, you know, like gang terminology and all that. He say, but these niggas don't get it. They ain't what it's about. He say out there, he was like, my nigga, if you work at Publix and, you know, you from this hood, you know what I'm saying, and you call yourself active, nigga, tomorrow that don't mean you pull drive-bys. Like tomorrow, nigga, you still take your ass to work at Publix. Is that now we got somebody in Publix too. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with now. I don't think it takes for everybody to be burning shit down and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am okay. Well, I don't know where them niggas at. Cause down here, and a lot of people be mad at me for saying this, and I don't give a fuck. But down here, I really just don't take gangbangers serious. Like, I'm really from Miami. I've really been in the streets since a kid. You know what I'm saying? So like, cut it out, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, everybody ain't got to be out there with signs or throwing rocks and shit. You know, it's other important roles to play in all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Tip.
That's why I say when that just said when he came into that, it's like that's my whole point is that if y'all niggas the niggas that's living the rich y'all life on the day the kid and riding the nigga and you don't like, when it's time for shit like this, you niggas supposed to come on front line, but I don't expect the hardest rap and they get the shit and crackers and shit. I expect all of the game.
Hey, Key. Hey, Key. A nigga just put up a post with Dr. Umar Johnson, Brother Polite, and what's the Nation of Islam guy? What's his name, man? The slim dude. Yeah, Rhythm. They put up a post with that, and the nigga is like, these the three niggas said when it go down, they gonna be on the front line. Where they at?
Don't be nowhere, man. No, niggas kill, cause dog, listen, with them burning everything like up in Minneapolis and stuff, why the fuck this cracker house still up, dog? I don't get that.
Yeah, like, why you ain't burn? Keon just said that. Hey, Key, remember you just, Key, hey, Key just said that.
I had just said that, man. They went to a house there. I gotta give them credit. They went to a house there, but the police, the SWAT niggas was like 50 feet blocking them from coming to that house. You couldn't go to his house. But they went to Dude's house. They went to his shit. That was their attempt. That was the plan. They just didn't get it done. They went to their own house. Because I'm saying why Zimmerman should have lied.
Me too, dog. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you got all these gang niggas, you know, these big money niggas. Oh, Zimmerman still walking around, and man, a cracker shot at Zimmerman on the freeway. Like, a cracker. You know what I'm saying? A cracker riding next to him. He was like, that's Zimmerman. He's shooting at it. This cracker went to jail.
Yeah, he went to jail for that shit. And that'd be my problem, man. It's like, I can walk in the city or town right now, and I can get myself shot. Like, you tell me about how to vote the right nigga. Any nigga.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna kill Zimmerman.
Nah, you sitting up here messing around with a nigga girlfriend, nigga wanna run on you, fuck this girl or something like that. Like, you know, these niggas won't kill each other.
Nigga shoot you, nigga shoot you dead in the heartbeat about that, boy. Nigga kill you dead, boy. Ben I play one of these niggas women, nigga kill you dead, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
kill everything about this bitch.
But you know, I'm with you on that though. Like, where the bangers at right now? Cause this the perfect time to show your unity and show what it was started from, the grassroots of banging, like where it come from. You know, I used to talk to niggas about that when I was in a joint that was banging. I was like, my nigga, I was like, this shit was started not to protect y'all, but to protect me. Y'all supposed to be protecting the neighborhoods and motherfuckers who wasn't banging. Y'all supposed to be the chosen niggas that stand up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I say, but all I see is y'all trying to bully niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like what is it? Like, this is the time when you niggas supposed to unite. You know, what up, slime, and say brat, or you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the time right now when y'all niggas supposed to be out here with the flags waving. Like, nigga, this what it is. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, when the Rodney King shit happened, them niggas who were banging in L.A., they came out in throws. They was for real.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And like I said, man, as far as Nico and Black, bro, we have to be busy. We got to take charge of this shit, bro. We got to control the narrative. Like I said, I don't even expect P-Mac, even off the bin, or even none of my productions, black men that I look up to, I don't expect them to get on the front lines and go shoot at practice. I expect the niggas who, like I said, women that do this shit all the time for free, to take that role and get on the front lines for black shit.
Yeah, for real.
If that's really your calling, if you really a street general,
You done had enough nigga, you done had enough target practice in your neighborhood, nigga.
Exactly. For real. For real. You know what I'm saying? That'd be my whole stance on it. We can't let the speaker do the shooting. That's not how that works. The president don't never be in the war with nobody. He somewhat called him the shots. The big general in the army, he called him the shots, but he's not on the front line with the Marines and the boats. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he just know he got, like you say, he got soldiers out there. You know what I mean? That nigga got the black ops. That nigga got niggas doing counterintelligence and everything.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Hey, Keith, remember what I told you the other day? Communication, organization.
Oh yeah, communication, organization. You said that's the only thing that black gangs lack over police and law enforcement, is that they can communicate and talk in code. You feel me?
They always online with each other. They got dispatch, all that shit.
Like what Atlanta got going, you know, as far as everything else. Like I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and we was talking. She was talking about how when Killer Mike got up there, and they was talking about like everybody they putting in power with, you know, vote people in that have your interest in. And she was like, but the police chief, she was like, she ain't no black woman. I was like, but then you got to listen to what you saying. I said, you heard what you just said she is, though? I was like, she a woman. I mean, you know, you got Keisha up there. Keisha, a black woman. The police chief of fucking Atlanta is a white woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She in the space with that it's so much, they so inclusive with everything. You know? So I told her, I said, you got to look at that, too.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the good thing about being here. You heard her say, she say fucking Killer Mike and T.I. own 50%
yeah.
of the West Side.
She say they own the West Side. Y'all burning down the West Side. They own 50% of the West
How
Side.
many niggas you know could say that about Liberty City?
Oh no, these own that. We got Arabs. We got Abdul on the corner. We got Muhammad across the street. Nigga, we got nigga. Man, niggas don't own nothing, man.
Rasul down there. Well, Rasul
He-
own like fucking
Now Rasul,
Avenue.
hey, Rasul been holding on, boy. And that's a nigga to be admired.
The old dude on the watch out right there too, like whatever the 40.
Talking about Duke?
47.
Duke?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know about. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I'm saying it's the same thing though. We got laundromats, fucking car washes. You know what I mean? Lawn services, my nigga. That's it.
that's about we got chairs at the barbershop, nut. Don't forget the chairs at the barbershop.
But we don't own the shop though.
Now we don't own the shop. We rent the chairs.
Nigga, when I had the salon, nigga, you know what I was still doing? Paying rent to somebody that owned the fucking building. Only thing the people was doing was paying me for the chair. But I was paying rent to the people that own the building still.
Damn. Now that's what we gotta stop. But at the same time, always remember though, you hear me? You know, and this is law. And when I do some more research, because I'm rusty on it, but I found this out when I was in the joint. I would have to look through shit again and comb the law. But there's actually policies in place for that. Like, you got people that come from other countries and automatically, like no bullshit, they get like grandfathered into a credit line, you know what I'm saying, and funding for a new life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Jerome get turned down in the bank. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's other shit coming to play with that. Hey, I'm not buying into everybody's stupid. Every nigga ain't stupid. I'm not buying that. That we just so stupid that we don't want to own no businesses. You know what I'm saying? This shit is systematic oppression. This shit is systematic oppression.
I look at it like this standpoint. Like when I talk with Dad and when I talk to right? And I tell him, I'm like, man, if y'all had the opportunity, y'all could have bought the whole neighborhood, or not the whole neighborhood, but could have bought a large percentage of it. That's what y'all should have did. But at the time, you know what I'm saying? They mind wasn't really in that space.
Hold on, nah, he had a response for that.
There you go.
He had a response for that. Know what he said? He said, nigga, we went and bought the stoves. He said, y'all niggas went to Walmart. Yeah, they made the kind of bread that they was dreaming about. You know you so right with that, because you know what Dad told me, he told me the other day, and you talking about a guy that I idolized all my life, like I always tell people, right, that like sometimes, you know, I feel like I got an edge on every nigga on the planet. And I always tell people, I met 3 niggas in my lifetime I didn't feel like I had an edge on. One name is Ben, one name is Wendell, and one I haven't met. I just know of. His name is Jay-Z. Other than that, I often feel like I got an edge on every nigga on the planet. Be like, yeah, he rich, but he a lame. You know what I'm saying? Or like, yeah, he a tough guy, but he dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I got an edge on every nigga, right? But this guy in particular, who I've had the pleasure of being raised around, you know what I'm saying? It's one guy I've never had an edge on, and it was a great compliment. He probably don't realize he was just talking when he told me. He like, man, some of the stuff you be talking about and some of the stuff you know about, man, if I knew this stuff when I was 25, say, man, I probably worth $140 million right now.
Nah, that's a fact. He told me that too, yeah, about you. I gotta say that with utmost respect too, bro. He told me, he said, the stuff that you and Yellow be knowing now, he said that he said we didn't know about this stuff, and they didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So Dad said that, right? And then Uncle Ben told me, dog, he said, bro, $85 and $88 and $90, he said, we didn't have no idea about stocks. And niggas that did, bro, we had no access to these things. We didn't know where they was at. And they wasn't coming when we was at.
Yeah, like them niggas had cash flow out the ass and wasn't investing.
Oh, Bernie Madoff?
Listen, man, you know how much this man started his business with, dog?
How much he started?
That nigga started the fucking business with $5,000, dog.
You fucking shitting me.
This nigga 60 billion, nigga.
My fucking God.
$65 billion.
Hey, but you know what? That's another thing. The belief that it's impossible. The shit that we've been taught that it's shit we just can't do. Like for instance, you done heard that narrative. Oh, them crackers ain't gonna let you get that big. And I remember telling niggas like, they ain't gotta let me do shit. Ain't nobody gonna let me do nothing. You can do whatever the fuck you wanna do. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna stop you?
Look where that come from, though, Yellow. Where that come from? That come from my dad, that generation. Was like, they couldn't do that shit.
Nah, you're right. They did. The generations before us did have a glass ceiling. You know what I'm saying? For blacks in this country, like it was only so far you could go up. Yeah, true enough, it was a glass ceiling in corporate America. It was a glass ceiling, and sad to say, you know, I don't want to glorify it, but sad to say, but the drug trade and the crack era created, you know what I'm saying, a wide open space for all sorts of other shit. It linked people from all walks of life that probably would have never even brushed shoulders. You know what I'm saying? The cocaine trade and all that. And like you said though, when niggas was profiting, when blacks was making, you know what I'm saying, a boatload of money off this shit that was destroying us, you know, they should have been buying insurance, I guess you could call it. You know what I'm saying? For right now. You know what I'm saying? They should have been preparing for, you know, if shit go wrong. You know what I'm saying? If shit happen. Yeah, I guess they should have been doing that. But again, like you said, they was raised by parents that was raised by motherfuckers that actually knew slaves. That's deep. Like Bell, man, our great grandmother, Bell grandparents was slaves. Matter of fact, I think her parents could have been slaves, but her grandparents definitely were slaves. Her parents at the least were sharecroppers.
Nigga, do you remember what Wayne them did when they left the trailer to go make money sometimes? Nigga, they picked fucking peanuts. Nigga, it was making $5 a barrel, dog.
Damn.
Yeah, nigga, this was Wayne.
And these is people we know. It's not even that long ago.
She picked cotton before.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that's not even that long ago. When you talking about when you actually knew someone that done picked cotton.
Yeah.
And they try to paint this shit in your head that, oh, you know, well, that was a long time ago. Well, it really wasn't that long ago. It wasn't even that many generations ago.
Bro, listen, man. I'm born. Look, I'm born in the '80s. I'm born in the '90s, bro. And my grandparents been about this point in my life. If I could be somebody that has done the good, that's done it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be that long ago. What's 40 years is really a lifetime? What's 30 years? It's not really that long ago. For real.
No, not it really ain't. It really ain't. It's not a long time at all. Cause I think about this, right? Like I was trying to when I first got out, I was trying to do this thing where I dig up all our roots. And I was talking to Dad about, people in our family, because I don't know nobody beyond Bill and Uncle T. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's as far as it go for me. But him and Ephraim, and they knew everybody. Like, they was talking about people that I ain't never heard of. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about, like Bell Daddy and Bell husband and all. I'm like, man, that's old. You know what I'm saying? Like, God. Because Bell was like ancient.
I didn't even know where Berto was. We just found out where Berto was from.
Yeah, you told me.
About a year ago.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, nigga, nobody knew that shit. I thought Berto was from Chicago.
Yeah, I swear to God, nut. No, I swear to God, all my life I thought Berto was from Chicago. No, all my life I thought Berto was from Chicago. I think he lived in Chicago or something before, but all my life I thought he was from Chicago.
But you know what's crazy? I'm not gonna lie to you. All my life I knew you was from Georgia. I ain't gonna lie.
How?
Yeah, I never knew. Somebody called me. Who I think I don't know if it's some nigga named Billy called me, and he invited me to the family reunion at Hawkinsville. I had no idea.
Yeah, cause like they got in Berto's side they got Odoms.
Yeah, the Odoms.
Yeah, Odom.
Beyonda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beyonda, Miss Odom. Miss Odom, though, she's something in Miami Gardens. She like the fucking I don't know.
She's saying the Bahamas.
Yeah, she's something, but I know she ancient. We went down there. We went down over there by UM. Me and Dad went there like recently. We went down. I forgot when it was. It wasn't this year. It was last year. We went down there and man, it's one of them ladies down there, like she an aunt or something. Man, she got a whole book that with everybody, hey, like they didn't know I had kids, right? And I had to sit there and tell them the kids, man. Like she writing down people's names, occupations. Like she asked what way I work. You know what I'm saying? Like she writing down name, address, occupation, phone number, all that. She really got a whole book, but when she jotting this down, I'm thinking like, damn, man, that book got to be priceless. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else in that book? You know what I'm saying? How long ago was it started? You know what I'm saying? This tradition. Cause like we blacks, we even everywhere, all blacks in this country, like we really don't hold tight to traditions. Like, it make no sense to me that, because out of all the traditions that have been took from us, the one tradition we do got is that we cook soul food. We cook. Cool, right? So it makes no sense to me that there's young black women in this country that ain't learning how to cook. That's just crazy. Like, you need to be standing by your mama, your grandma and them, trying to learn these family recipes and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's tradition.
You gotta look at how they were going to keep.
I was just gonna say that you can't. When you talk about that, you gotta look at how they were raised. Because obviously, I'm be honest with you, but we could have. I ain't gonna blame it solely on it, but we could have done trade, mass incarceration. But people's parents got on drugs and shit. People were raised by family members and grandmas and
extended relatives and all that. Yeah, that's true.
But not even that though, Key. You gotta look at them well. Even if you just look at the internet, and you just, I don't fuck around on like Instagram and shit about it, because when I look at it, I look at something different. Because what I see is everybody always talking about how they came up out the mud by themselves, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of these young ladies, that's all they ever say, how they doing everything by themselves. And, on their own. You know, and that's like the mindset of like most blacks. Like everybody out here saying they got it on their own. My nigga, like ain't nobody had no help. Like that's just mind blowing to me.
You know what? Hold up, but you know what's funny, Nut? What's sad? Hold up, but you know what's funny though, Nut? What's sad is that, hey, majority of it is true. What little success they do have, you gotta remember, we coming from a society of crabs in a bucket, so that's not that hard to believe. You know what I'm saying?
But it kind of is because, bro, somebody else came on the way. You ain't somebody else, bro.
Exactly.
You ain't do, you ain't, nobody ain't do everything by themselves. But,
you know how many fucking people the Watch House took care of?
Yeah, for real.
Ever in your life say
Yeah.
you did some shit by yourself, nigga? The Watch House raised us. Man.
Yeah, for real. That's true now. That's true. That's true.
Come on, man. This shit raised us.
Hey, on the real, you knew if you couldn't find no way to eat in the world, you could go to the Wash House and
The Watch House.
you go to Wash House, you gonna be fed. That's true.
You never say that shit, but then that's all I ever see though. Like when I look at everybody got it out the mud. I mean, you got these girls, they sitting up, everybody doing everything by themselves. You know, they don't need nobody no more, my nigga. And that's what's wrong with us. Like our women, most of them now, they don't need us no more. But it's not just a black thing. It's just it's a more societal thing now because that's why the shits don't last.
But really who's at fault? We at fault. The women reflect the males. Whether it's the man, it might not be the man she's intimate with, but men, period. They reflect the men that surround them. Whether it's their brothers, uncles, neighbors, you know what I'm saying, lovers, whoever. No, but Key, but still, hold on, listen. But yet it's still, even if you're raised by a single mother, right? You came in contact with males. You came in contact with them at school. You had a next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? The girl, that's what I'm saying. You came in contact with other males, right? And you seen how your mother interacted with males too. Hey, I was telling this girl the other day. Matter of fact, that was yesterday. Hey man, one thing about a young black boy, I can't say much about a black girl, but I've been a black boy. A black boy is gonna find a man to emulate. And it don't matter if that man good or bad. You hear me? Like for instance, a nigga just like the way this nigga walk or the stuff he say. And you go to picking up all kind of other fucked up shit he do. But it's the mother's job to make sure that child is around the right kind of man. So they do pick up something. They do pick up a habit. It might be the right kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you a single mother, right? And you have a black boy and you have a black girl, right? You got a black daughter and a black son. Okay. You're a single mother. Just pick out somewhere. You live in Lincoln Field, right? Yo, this girl, her idea of what a man's supposed to be ain't coming from home, for one. It's coming from outside. What does she see outside? Crackheads, right? She see bum niggas, right? She see niggas that she think is cool looking up to bum niggas. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you have this notion of what a man's supposed to be. When I was a kid, I thought Tupac was the most incredible nigga that walked the planet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't matter what was wrong with him. Why? Because I identified with his music. I identified with that. I thought his music was so cool that I wanted to be like him. I didn't want to make his music. I wanted to be like the person. You see what I'm saying? Because I liked the one thing that he did so much. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to mimic everything he was doing. But guess what? I was being raised by the genuine article at the time. I was being raised by the genuine article. And I didn't think he was that cool. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's the parents' job to make sure the right kind of men around. Yo, Key, notice something. There's mistakes.
When you have young, irresponsible parents, though, you think gonna happen, bro. Like, again, women, some women first interaction with a man wasn't always positive, bro. Most girls when they growing up, the most thing they see is a man trying to hit on them, bro.
That's it. Thank you.
That's what it is. That's why they feel like they don't with it, bro, because they probably ain't have one in their life, and then you saying, what about the ones that they had, bro? A man been trying to touch on and talk to these little girls since he was a little girl. That's what you think niggas is about.
Oh yeah, I done seen it.
No man respects your life, bro.
Yeah, I done seen it. Yeah, 1,000 times. I'm talking about you got.
Because just like you were saying, like the first thing she's saying, if she's saying these crackheads or whatever outside, nigga, the first thing that compels her is the guy that's trying to fuck her, my nigga. And that's it.
Exactly.
You know, once she get of age, that's it.
Exactly.
That's the first thing, that piece of love that she gonna find, or somebody that actually showed her some attention. Is this dude that's trying to fuck her once she get outside.
That's real. That's real.
And guess how that's gonna end in heartbreak, right? Because we know that's how that goes. Because the nigga, she gonna be got way more experience, and he's doing it every day. So he's gonna get out. He's gonna trick up out of things, right? So now he's gonna be scoring about men and have a negative outlook on men most of the time for the rest of their life. Not everyone.
But again though, dog, it goes back to the parent. But even then, the parent may be subjected to the same shit. So, you know, it might be a generational thing. But it goes back to the parent ensuring that the child is around the right kind of men, whether it's a boy or a girl. Because, hey, look, I've seen an example on the real. Look, I'm talking to him. I seen Krisha raise K-Tron, raise Nut without a man around. Guess what, though? Nut was in the worst environment every day. That nigga went to Charles R. Drew. That nigga was in Liberty City. That nigga was working at the Wash House in Brown Sub every day. But here's the thing, though. His mother was dead serious about education, for one. She ain't fuck around. She was dead serious about that kind of shit. She was honorable, right? And even when he was around men that was doing bad things, you had Fat Boy, you had his uncle, right? Even when he was around those kind of men, it was the honorable kind of men that was doing bad things. You feel me?
That's what she told me.
That's real.
She told me she was like, I think I got about 12 or something. She was like, well, I done took you about as far as I can, so that's why I started coming to the Watson. She sent me one.
Yeah, that's real. See what I'm saying? She monitored the kind of man he was around. You feel what I'm saying? Because guess what? Ask him about his friends. Ask about the niggas he grew up with. Same neighborhoods, same schools, but they idolize the wrong type of niggas. You feel what I'm saying? That's true too. But guess what? That woman is from the very same Liberty City. Went to Northwestern. My mama done told me the stories. How when she was in 12th grade and my mama was in 9th and she used to be whooping ass. She's like, man, you think Krisha can't fight because she work at the hospital. Like, man, Krisha can fight. You know what I'm saying? You be whooping ass. She's like, man, you know, she
graduated high school
yeah.
when she was 16.
Yeah, she's like, man, she be whooping ass. She like Scott kept her in some shit. She's like, man, she be whooping ass. She's had to fight. She graduated high school at 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? She from the same, but this is what I'm saying. She's from the same background. You feel what I'm saying? But she had the motivation to want better than what she grew up with. She had the motivation to dream bigger. You know what I'm saying? She had the motivation to want the next generation, her children, her offspring, to be better than the first generation. Guess what? Our dad wanted the same thing. You looking at me who took us back in fucking time, because every generation is supposed to be better than the one that came before it. That's just evolution. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? You had me walk back to caveman stages, but being real, me and Yuki is supposed to be, you know, way better than he is. And in a lot of ways, we are more advanced than he is. Like he tell us, shit, if I was up on this kind of shit that y'all into, shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it wrong. There's evolution. You feel me? But I tell people all the time, man, I had horrible parents. They did the best they could, but they didn't know what the fuck they was doing, man. They was young and wild. They didn't know what the fuck they was doing.
Look, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's the more common situation. Not all. Now, your situation is a little crazy, but the more common situations are two young parents that don't really know what they're doing, bro. Because they probably had kids too young.
Yeah. You had this nigga.
Keon's situation was some shit that ain't none of us ever seen. I mean, this nigga was raised in the crib with a mom.
Well, yeah, but yeah, you right. That's because that was parents. But you know what though? That was because he had more responsible parenting. Like for instance, we like I always tell people, right? And people think that's funny. I be like, man, me and Keon ain't got the same dad. I be like on the real because he evolved. His parenting evolved. He learned from mistakes. He made. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do the same shit. I was Ghetto Boys Out. He was smart enough to buy Keon the edited versions. You feel what I'm saying? No, for real. He got smarter. Look. I had too much leisure time.
We got older. Like, nigga, we grow up.
Yeah, you grow up. Now I say that's evolution. Yeah.
The second girl ain't finna be the same as
yeah, niggas evolve. Yeah, niggas evolve. You know what I'm saying? It's evolution. Like, and if you smart, you profit from your mistakes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just small shit. Like he started paying attention to, and I noticed it because he was trying to.
He don't want to fight.
Yeah, because by the time he learned, he was trying to alter shit that he had done fucked up with me. He was trying to change it, unteach shit. You feel me? Like he got wiser. Like you said, he grew up. You feel what I'm saying? Became better, more refined. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's real, but you know what? Because then look at it from this aspect too. But look at his self-improvement, right? And then look at the woman that he chose to be with in my mom.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. He evolved and he knew to pick the right woman now. He knew how to pick it. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't grow up in a project, so they grew up in a black community, but they grew up in a house with both of their parents as well.
Exactly.
Their parents took going back to South Carolina to see their roots very seriously.
Exactly.
So that's why it's important for my aunties and uncles and cousins to go back to South Carolina for the same unity.
But but guess what? Guess what, Key? Guess what you witnessing? The same shit. Y'all generation is regressing. You know what I'm saying? Taking y'all family, taking everything Doc done built. You feel what I'm saying? Doc built a dynasty. Can't take that away from him. And y'all generation, the kids of his kids, is going backwards. Nobody's coming together no more. Like, I remember one thing, Nut remember this too, right? Everybody's birthday in that family got celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, hey, definitely not going backwards, but we getting it in, bro. It's just that.
No, well, financially, y'all getting it in. I'm talking about the close-knit traditions.
Nah, bro, we just all got together. We came together like probably like a month ago, bro.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We still do. It's the culture though, but nah, bro, we vibe out that.
That's wonderful, dog.
We young though, bro. We been trying to get the bread right so we can own houses and so get in our houses and spend all this money on
And what you just saying right now that's the issue that I kind of have with because we got nobody left us a head start. Like you still starting out.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't.
Well, hey, Nut. Well, guess what, Nut? Well, guess what, Nut? Just like that, Nut. Hey, you just said it. With that said, you gotta remember, we don't come from inheritances. You know what I'm saying? And all that, right? So guess what? Technically,
if I was to say one bad thing about Wendell, that would be it.
But technically, with that, Nut, you can say that you self-made.
That's just my whole thing since day one, bro. You telling me
these white boys that I work with, I asked this, some of these crackers make like $100 grand a year, though. You know, and you know how much they pay to live where they at? They get nothing. All they pay is fucking taxes on the house, dog. This cracker get all their money because they in a position where everything is already set up to where they don't have to worry about like losing their house or where they gonna stay at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but hey, but with that said, that's why motherfuckers could say that they self-made. Hey, what Ross say? We the ones that never got the Pell Grants. God damn it.
Yeah.
But nah, and that's real, and that's what works. But then again, and look, from the positive you get saying you self-made, it becomes a negative because you know most niggas in my generation do that. All you get money, that's what they do. That them niggas back then they doing front to these niggas. Definitely not gonna come back to their community. They definitely not gonna help their fucking family because they feel like nobody help them. So fuck you.
There you go.
That's how they gonna feel, and you can't even call them because. Unless they know what it's like to help their family out, they're not gonna want to do it because they're gonna feel like they got to.
There you go, and that's my issue, and that's why when I get on the internet, I don't a lot of that shit. I guess I'm looking at it different because that's all I ever see. Everybody always talking about how they get into the bag. I mean, nobody's talking about community, dog. Everybody get into the bag by themselves.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing I can say, man. That been one of my missions since I've been out, dog. I try to help niggas, dog. And it's not a pat on the back, but just being real, dog. I try my best every chance I get to give a nigga a job, take him off the streets. You know what I'm saying? I got a little homie that I took him up there to talk to Ben one day because sometimes it need to come from a nigga that's a little more experienced or maybe a little older. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga out here and just be like posting up in front of the store. And, you know, okay, I got him a job. He got a good paying job now. Like, this nigga making more than nurses and shit, right? And I'll pull up to go to the store and I see this nigga posting in front of the store. I'm like, my nigga, what you doing out here, man? Like, you ain't got no work out here. You just act out. You gonna go to jail on a humbug. And because of the neighborhood you in, you got your gun on you. You about to get a case. Now, this nigga got a sparkling clean record. And recently, when I took him out there to all that Ben, more information come out. This dumb nigga has a bachelor's degree. I'm like, my nigga, ain't no way in hell. I'm like, you supposed to be making a way for other niggas. Like, you got it. He went to Virginia Tech. He played ball. He got hurt, but he did get his degree. And he just out here. Before I gave him a job, he was out here just trying to find somebody to rob or something, or find some weed to sell or something. Niggas just lost. You know what I'm saying? Completely.
That's the only thing that we knew, though. That's every nigga that got some money, they always revert back to the same thing. They feel like, oh, if they finna come home and buy a pack, my nigga, and come up on this pack, because that's where the niggas stuck at mentally, dog. That shit fucked up.
That's fucked up. Like, Ben told that nigga, because the nigga got a bachelor's degree, dog, in physical health. Ben told that nigga, you supposed to have a job with the Dolphins or something, nigga. Like, nigga, you tripping.
Not the same, but back to it, bro. You gotta understand too, bro. I understand this clearly from seeing my own. I seen, well, my family, but I seen at least two of my family who could have went to the NFL, right? But the thing is, bro, you gotta understand, bro, it's mentally, bro. It's not even always about that shit. It's mentally too. How niggas mindset is. Like, some people's mentality is just not there, bro. They can have it, they can have all this. Their work ethic, their mentality is not there, bro. They're not gonna stop.
Yeah. Nigga, look at Jay. Jay ain't the best, was never the best player ever.
Yeah. Great example.
But that nigga smart as fuck.
That nigga smart as fuck, and he made it work for him, boy.
Yeah.
Smart, he got work ethic, bro. He got a personality that coaches love. So when you have those intangibles, bro, you gonna always be the guy that's more talented than you, but don't work as hard.
There you go. Ask Jay what he told me when I was playing. He told me straight up. He was like, Coach Jones don't like you. He said you got a nasty. He told me, he said you got an attitude. He told me that straight up. That's what Jay told me. He was like you good and everything. He said, but he said you got a nasty attitude. I mean, when I'm on that court, it was different. So I did have a nasty attitude, you know. But that's exactly what Jay told me.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. So you listen, bro. Honestly, a lot of these issues that we have as black people, bro, is deeper, bro. It's like it's a lot, bro. It's mentality, it's opportunity, and then again, even if you do got the degree and you feel you should be doing that, and the third, I don't mean it's enough jobs for you, bro. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, how this thing really going in America, bro? Yeah, how did I get on it before? Because I know you and Terrence is your homeboy, so I got on the court. If I don't know you, I could have been a PDL 35 job. I could have experience with every type of machine area. I wasn't going to get on. It's about opportunity. That's why I've been coaching this back because you're supposed to connect and help your kind possible. If you can help them.
And it's also on networking. It's just how you found out. I know this person. It was the same thing the crackers was doing, dog. These crackers be around like the union. No, the union was, you know how many dumb crackers work for the union, dog? These niggas make $100,000. These niggas dumb as fuck. Some of them could barely even read. No, that's true.
But you know they look out for their own. And blacks don't have fraternal orders. We have gangs. And blacks don't have fraternal orders. We have gangs.
And that's the point I'm making, though.
Yeah, nah, that's real, bro.
And that's how you build, nigga, money bills. You know what I mean? All that other shit, that shit don't build, nigga, money bill. You know, money's talk.
Yeah,
that's what talk.
That's true now.
If Terry put, he put, and I started making 70,000, and then I put my dogs on, he made 70,000. And theoretically, if my homeboy in a jackass, or I'm a jackass, theoretically, we can keep putting people on, and we can build something. Now I got 6 homeboys out there. We got $600,000 to ourselves. We could, in theory, own something together if we have that type of mentality.
Like what I always tell dudes to consider is like consider what you can do now. Like really pool together your resources, right? And consider hold up. This is what I'm saying. Like look, take just right now. You got 3 people right now in the conversation. You got me, you, and Nut right now. And take all 3 of our yearly income, right? And think about how much extra money is left over, right? What can we do with that? Just 3 people. Because one thing we do know about niggas, like let's say money talk and a nigga jump on the bandwagon. Quick. You know what I'm saying? So, like just consider what you can do now. There's no such thing as too small. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, Bernie Madoff started with $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But you gotta get the human nature aspect of it. That's good in theory. But what if, not my cousin, but hey, in theory, I don't trust him like that. Or yelling at my brother, but he get on my nerves.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's human nature aspect of this shit that stops niggas from fucking too, because people are, you're not robots, but you got feelings and emotions.
No, we know that, but what I'm saying is, right, it ain't gotta be forced. It ain't gotta be forced. Like what I'm saying is every single person can identify with another person that they know they could be on the same accord with. Either they can't identify with a large number of people. You know one other nigga that you could be on the same accord with, right?
Yep.
It's just a matter of pooling.
I was talking to Dan about buying trucks. This nigga told me don't buy a truck and then turn around and bought a truck. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I called this man and told him I was finna buy 2 trucks. He told me don't do it. Then this nigga turned around and bought a truck. And that's the thing. Like, we have conversations about like you trying to build, and like he say, everybody ain't at the same space in life.
That's true. That's true.
Look at this nigga Dex.
Yeah.
You know, all of us was right there. Ain't nobody starting no business, dog. All of us was right there.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But everything's isolated, and what niggas gotta realize is, right, yo, man, a great nation is more powerful than an island. Plain and simple.
I mean, come on, bro. Hey, just as simple as what you need to explain that. I said you this, and I was in Atlanta, right? You got a good car breakdown right now, right? And the CEO yell in the car. If I get out and I start pushing from the front, he push from the back, and you push from the top, and then 10 more people come and they push from all different angles, the car never gonna move. Shit gonna fall out.
Ain't gonna move.
But if me and you, the two people, we get behind the car, we push it, we gonna go further than 1,000 people divided. It could be 1,000 people pushing that car and not moving.
That's true.
Together behind the car, pushing it, we go further.
Yeah. And I guess that's it. We just gotta find our lane. You know.
There you go.
I mean, you could, man, hey.
A lot of niggas these days, hold on, let me just say this, right? A lot of niggas these days, right? Because I feel like this about myself, that I do think that me being black, it is an obligation for me to help somebody, right? You gotta know, a lot of niggas who black and successful, they don't feel no obligation for being black. It's like, yeah, I'm black, but then I'm rich, so I don't really care.
Look at Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's a great example, Lil Wayne. Yeah, this nigga super dumb.
To me, bro, if you're a black man, bro, you touch some type of success, you need to help one person. You obligated to help somebody, bro, because, you should help a nigga, bro. You don't have to, but you should, bro, because, like I said, but to me, you obligated, bro. But a lot of people don't feel obligation. Niggas with white bitches and shit. And not all of them. That's the majority of niggas. I'm past that black. I ain't black. I'm over there, niggas. I'm past that shit.
I mean, they had Nick Cannon talking about that. Nigga, most of these people, like, you look at them, and the first thing they do is they got white bitches on their arm. I was just looking at this nigga with the off-white shit, whatever his name is. Yeah, look at this nigga got a whole white bitch. The Kanye's. These niggas got whole white bitches, man.
Yeah, niggas got white women. Niggas definitely got white women.
Again, it's not a problem. So listen to me, bro. Like you're right, it's not a problem. What I'm trying to explain to you is, when you with them and you disassociate yourself with black, that's when I'm gonna lose respect for you. Because you can have a white woman and still do some black people just say my preference is this type of woman. That's fine. But most of the time, they get that preference and then they turn to some whole other shit because they're searching for something that they really want to be. I.e. Tiger Woods, niggas like that. They want to be something that I'm not black. I'm this, that, and the third. They're not happy with it. Black's not cool to me. That's just nothing. It is. I didn't tell you shit for nothing. Okay, so I'm with you.
I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, right? I think it's important who the gender, not the gender, but the ethnicity of their spouses. That's important because the example is set if you a very important person. That's why that's important. However, who you like or whatever, what I'm saying, on a personal level, I don't think that's important. But if you're not going to give to nobody, I mean, damn, you should at least feel responsible enough to have a black family. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, scientifically, whatever a nigga touch become black anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit over with. Kids come out black.
I love that nigga, Kenya Barris. I love that nigga. I don't fuck nobody say nigga. The Kenya Barris nigga.
Yeah.
Nah,
you watch
that shit on Netflix, Black as Fuck?
I ain't watching yet. I keep looking at it. I ain't watching yet.
I love that.
Hey.
He got this. Love that shit. I love that nigga, man. I love that nigga, man.
I like the nigga Trevor Noah.
Yeah, Trevor Noah. He from what?
He's from South Africa. From South Africa. I read his book called Born a Crime when I was locked up. But hey, man, like that nigga there, he'll tell you. And that's what's amazing. This nigga grew up during apartheid, right? And his birth really was a crime. Like, it was so bad over there that it was really a crime. Like, people really went to prison, and if you had sex and made a baby with someone of the other race, whether he was white or black, the whites went to prison for it and the blacks went to prison for it. You know what I'm saying?
See,
it's just that the whites got less time.
He got both sides. He's just like Obama. Like,
yeah.
He appeals to, like, when he see a white woman, that's like that. He looking at his mom.
No,
You know
wait,
what I'm
but,
saying?
but
Nothing
yeah, yeah.
different from us.
But the thing with him was this, right? His father was white, right?
His dad was
But
white.
because of apartheid, right? He didn't grow up with his dad. He couldn't because it was illegal. Like even when his
Yeah.
dad would come visit him, like his dad would have to walk like on the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't be seen in public together. That was actually a crime. You know what I'm saying? So you know it was weird, and he grew up completely black. You know what I'm saying? But what I was finna get to was with as crazy as apartheid was, that nigga said, man, I'm telling you, ain't nothing more impressive than the system of racism in America, boy. He like, cause over there, at least they still had like they tribes. They still had the Zulus. You know what I'm saying? They still had their tribes and shit. He like they was colonized, yeah, like they was fed Christianity and all that. But you know, they still had certain traditions. You feel me? He like over here, like, this is crazy. He like, man, you get over here and he realized like, man, people don't even know who the enemy is. And understand that they was so fucked over there that like they didn't even know who like world leaders was and shit. Like he was saying like how blacks over there back then would just hear of a great person and that's who they name their son after. So he had this friend named Adolf. No, his name was Hitler. His friend name was Hitler. Cause like they'll just hear that Hitler or Castro and somebody name their son after the person. They don't know what the person is known for, none of that shit. Because the educational system. It's like, you know, he was trying to do a DJ thing and they got a bar mitzvah. You know what I'm saying? To go DJ at. He said the dude.
DJ Hill.
No, the dude Hitler was a dancer. No, the dude Hitler was the dancer. He was the DJ. So he said the dude Hitler had this little dance that he'll just go to busting in the middle of any party, right? He like, man, so they put the break beat on, and them niggas went to saying loud over the speakers, go Hitler, go Hitler. That nigga say, he say, man, them Jews in there looking blue in the face, man. He said, man, but even with all that, even with how crazy it was over there again, when he got over here, he said he never seen nothing like this. Like America, like, he like, man, he say, man, the racism, the systematic racism is so perfect here that it actually tricked people to think it don't exist. He like, that shit is amazing to him. Like over there, like it's in your face with it. It's apparent. It ain't psychological over there.
Hey, yeah, a white dude at my job tried to tell me, because I told him this, and he tried to rebut me against me. I told him America was founded on racism. That's why I said to this day, you can't get the saying off. If the house foundation is cracked, my nigga, the shit, the house party always gonna get people shit house. Oh, nah, America wasn't founded on racism. Oh, what was it founded upon?
Sure it was.
Yeah, we created it.
Well, no, Key. No, Key. In his defense, well, if he don't consider slavery racism, I mean, you know, if he don't consider slavery racism, then you know, I guess America wasn't founded on. It was founded. It was founded on. It was founded on what was traded on Wall Street, which was us. God damn it. Yeah, it was the way of the world. We was the biggest commodity. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was the best thing selling. And it's funny because like I be hearing, I see these niggas. Of course, though, it ain't their fault. I know they not educated and they ain't taking the time to educate themselves. I know that. I understand that. But it's sickening when I go in these Arab stores and I see the niggas behind the counter acting like the Arab nigga is one of us and all that. You know what I'm saying? But okay, okay. Bruh, all of them like that, dog. And what's funny is, right, like, Yeah, like nigga, pick your poison. Cause like if you like these same niggas are being there buddy and you know kissing ass to the Arabs, but they'll tell me they hate white people, right? And so if you get in that conversation and you like, well, you know, what's the problem with white people? And you know they'll run this shit. They'll run you some history about slavery and shit that they learned in elementary or junior high. You know what I'm saying? The seed of it. But you know, I guess niggas don't realize that crackers got up on the lick late. Arabs made us slaves long, like hundreds of years before the crackers peep game. The Arabs was T.I. and the crackers was Young Jeezy. God damn it, nobody did it like them, boy.
And a lot of it is, nigga, we hate us, my nigga, because we know us.
Yeah, we hate us. Yeah, we hate us.
That's like what I was saying earlier. Niggas kill what they know, man.
Yeah, yeah, we hate us. Yeah, we hate us. Yeah, we hate us. Definitely, we definitely hate us.
And that's the beat, like how you said, America. So the racism so deep in the country, it's so crazy that after all the shit they did to us, right, they still put the narrative and they feel you should be anyone, not them. Because that's what it is. This is so correct. Niggas think I'm the problem instead of thinking the cracker is the problem. So again, they're killing you, walking through time in the street. But I'm telling you, if a white man comes through and make America great, I promise you, if I get my $1,000 before it would be bad.
That's what's crazy though.
There you go. Let me get on out of here.
Yeah, man, it's been wonderful. This been healthy, and I appreciate you, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Because even if I don't see the lesson right now, I know I emerge with something. Because the subconscious take in everything, my nigga. And yeah, man, that's love, man. You gotta do this more often, but
I'll be down there on the weekend, so.
yeah, man, I need to interview both of you niggas. I'm going live, goddamn. For real, you niggas having individual interviews, nigga. All right, love. Yeah, man. That's it, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. That was a healthy conversation. Off the muscle.